Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Crimson Pharaoh. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 3 of the Metal Game Guide, and today we're going to be talking primarily about runes. I haven't done anything to my units at all. I haven't changed anything, so nothing really there. I ran Steel Fortress with the dot team just one time to see if it worked, and it did. It was about 1 minute and 17 seconds, I think, was what it was. So the dot team works fine there, so that's a good deal. So we're gonna look at runes like, blue, purple, orange, like what you should be looking for, what stats you should be looking for on each different thing, and yeah, just we'll see as we go along. So we'll look at the blue ones first. This is just terrible. I mean, resistance can roll between 4 and 8%, and it rolled the minimum. It's max crit damage. It's not bad to have a flat stat up there in the innates, but it doesn't make any sense. It's just bad. And also blue, you need borderline perfect. You need like perfect rolls on blue runes for them to be useful. Except for in like specific circumstances where you maybe just moved into Necropolis and you're just starting to get, rage runes or whatever. Then blue ones that have good rolls, or the max rolls basically, are fine. Same thing with dragons, getting violent runes that are blue, that have the right substats. That's early on, that's fine. But later on, when you have stuff runed up already, you need to be tightening up what you're looking into. So, and then this is just flat. Some of the purple ones, none of these are bad to have on an attack percent rune. Attack percentage isn't bad to have on Swift. However, when you're looking at this, you need 3 different things basically on an attacking rune. You need crit rate, crit damage, or speed. Hopefully 2 of those 3. I shoot for 2 of those 3. If I can get all 3, that's great. Accuracy isn't bad. It's a bad roll. The HP isn't a great roll either. But they aren't bad stats to have on it. Attack percentage runes, depending on what you're running. But with just crit damage here, even though it's maxed, it would have to roll basically max into crit damage for it to be really any good. If it rolls max crit damage, it's like, okay, cool. But here it rolled 7. So it's not even max HP or anything, so it's probably just a toss. This, I don't see where I would use this. Defense percentage with speed is fine, but then into a minimum roll here, and I feel like this is borderline minimum for a flat stat as well. So there's nothing going on here. Even if it rolled 24 speed, it wouldn't make any sense on anything. I mean, there aren't very many units that need Despair, and typically when you do have a Despair rune on slot 2, it should be speed. It should basically always be speed. There are a few exceptions. If you have like a god tier attack percentage or HP percentage or defense percentage rune, then it's fine. I have one that I can show, but something like this is just bad. And this is just bad. Minimum, flat. Nothing going on here. Nothing that makes any sense. So that's a sell. And then into this one, nothing synergizes too greatly here. I mean, it's blade with crit damage, but then it's got HP flat and percentage, and then defense percentage. So we can roll it up one time and see what happens. But this is not the kind of legendary rune that you would really be looking to reappraise, because there's no innate stat here, like an accuracy or a resistance or a flat stat. Nothing that's sitting there that can't be changed. So everything is up for grabs in here. You're not cutting down any percentage to throw your reap stones in and you get just flat stats, resistance nonsense. So that's a pretty easy sell. So we'll let this run for a while, and we'll look at some runes here. That Despair rune I was talking about. So you want speed. Like, this is a pretty good rune here. Hero rune. And it has 15, flat 15 attack innate into it. It got 1% off a max roll of attack, 2% off a max roll of HP, and 2% off a max roll of crit rate. So it's 5% down, which, is not amazing. You're right, you'd like for these to be maxed, but it's still pretty solid. You can move this around, you can do what you want there, grind these up very easily. It is speed, so It's fine for really anything that you want fast on spare and doing some damage. Stuff like this. This is the kind of attack or HP or defense percentage. Like, this could be switched with defense here and be a defense piece for this, and I could find somewhere to put it. Just because it's got max crit rate, it's 1% off max HP, and it's obviously 2 speed off, but you can just grind this up to 15. You just use a legendary. You can grind this up to 25. This can be just rolled off, even for extra just defense, just a 13%, 9 to 13% gem or whatever. Yeah, stuff like this is really good. Again, it could be HP, HP, defense, or attack percentage. Any of those, and be useful. Attack percentage is probably the most useful, just because, you know, there are more units that are attackers in the game than there are, you know, defense-based or HP-based units. And most of the stuff you will have on to spare, you kind of want it doing some damage. Especially early on, people are putting stuff like Lapis or Lupinus or anything really. I mean, even a Melia could take this rune if you wanted Melia doing some extra damage. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, but yeah. So stuff like this that is just high quality, keep that kind of stuff. Things of a different set. I got some energy runes that I can show. So this rolled. This was a max stats when I got it from Giants. It was 6 speed, 6 crit rate, 7 crit damage, and it rolls up to 1 max speed roll, 1% off crit rate, and then 2% off the crit damage there. So for a hero rune to only be 3% off at this point, and for all these to be very, very usable stats on really anything. I mean, you can put an energy set on anything, or just have it as a broken rune, like it's just sitting here. So we're going to roll this up together, see what I get. Obviously, the HP percentage is not grindable, but you can put defense. You can put defense percentage in here and get it into the 20%, 20 to 23% pretty easily, and it rolls defense percentage. So this is just a very, very solid piece. It could be good for something like a bulldozer or a copper or a tractor. Probably more so a tractor. Maybe a vigor. A vigor could benefit from this a lot. So stuff like that. And then I do have one other one to show you guys as well here. So this one here, this was originally a legend rune, and it has very similar rolls. So it has 1% missing there, and then 2 there, and then max crit damage. So if you look back here, max speed, 1% off, and then 2% off. So in terms of percentages that you're missing, it has 1% missing basically. Or no, 3%. Sorry, it's missing an equal amount of percentages between these 3 stats right here, and then this one has the benefit of extra resistance, where this one has the benefit of being grinded up, and then just having extra tankiness anyway. So very, very similar runes, like as close as I can make it. Basically, this was innately a legend. However, this one was a hero that has an innate in there and just has a good stat rolled onto it already. So, and this is not grindable other than speed. This has 2 grindable stats, speed and defense. So when you're looking at stuff like this, like, it just becomes super unit dependent. Like, what does the unit need? Does it need the resistance? If not, definitely then throw this piece on. If it needs the resistance, if it's for something like Rift Raid, then this is great for something in Rift Raid. So there's stuff like that to think about. Or Arena, you need the speed and some damage and resistance in Arena. It's great for something that's going to be in PvP content. So yeah, things like that. There was another one as well that rolled within that same batch. It had max substats as well. It was this one. So this one had 7 crit damage, 8 accuracy, and 6 speed. So it had max rolls. The first roll was into speed, so it rolled 5 speed, and I was like, all right, well, 17 speed and something else could be good, or even 23 speed would be fantastic. But whatever. And then it rolled into one of these two. I don't know which one. It was immediately disappointing when it did it, but I was like, I'll just go to +9, see if I get 17 speed. But One of them rolled, it was either a 4% crit damage, which is minimum, or 5% accuracy, which is almost minimum. So either way, it rolled these two on +6 and +9. So this is basically useless. It is Despair, and it does have 18% damage on it with speed and accuracy. So the reason I'm keeping it is in case I need something to go along with this Despair set, like that needs some sort of damage, but also needs the speed and accuracy, which most Despair units do need speed and accuracy. It's like the most important thing to have on Despair units is speed and accuracy, like every single one of them. So yeah, anyway, just looking at stuff like that, I know this is like just basically all runes. I made a rune guide before, but for people that didn't see that and people that follow along with the beginner guide and the middle guide better, this is kind of I'm trying to help you guys, especially transitioning into middle game. You really have to have this stuff down. You have to know what the max rolls are. You have to know what's going to help your account progress. And look at your rune box. Be comfortable with what's in your rune kit, and know what you're missing. Like there was one rune here before I sign off. This is an example of a blue rune that I would keep right here. So 7 speed with 4 crit rate and max HP. This one is defense, just really strange looking. Attack with pretty unfortunate rolls there. And this is the free, it's just probably going to be bad. It's the free rune. I suspect I'll get at least 2 rolls into that just because, but stuff like this I would keep because I don't have another speed rage piece for slot 2. There's just nothing else that I have. So when I roll this up, okay, 9 accuracy, I look at that, and it's like, okay, if it goes to 15% crit rate, then it's a little more usable than this. So this is the kind of thing that I look at, and it's like, this is definitely not good. I'm going to keep it because I don't have anything else, but hopefully I'll get something better soon, and I can just trash this one because it's not any good. Or just look for a slot 2 on a different set where you need speed and crit rate. So stuff like that to keep in mind. Yeah, so that's all for this video. I know it was all about runes. Like, if you made it to the end, thank you guys for watching. Like, but it's so important. I had someone in my guild asking, I don't know what runes to keep. This person has an Artamiel, by the way. They know who they are. If you're still watching the video, you know who you are. Has an Artamiel and is like, I don't know what runes to keep. And it was like, wow, you know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I've been playing forever, this game forever, never gotten an LD5, hardly ever get lightning on LDs, and for someone to have an Artamiel and be like, I don't know what runes to keep, I was, you know, you can trade that Artamiel to me anytime. I was like, please, please send it over. But yeah, anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.